to my channel, I say welcome to my channel, yeah, yeah. Say welcome to my channel, I say welcome to my channel, I say welcome to my channel, yeah, yeah.
Would you put that thing on me? Know your loving come plenty. With your big body, yeah, yeah, yeah. Tropical taste.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Raenelle-Lee, and if you're new to my channel, thank you a lot for hitting that subscribe button, and if you haven't already, you should definitely do that because I come with all the facts hunty. But anyhow, so a follow-up on that video I did, pretty recent, and I was talking about this teacher that for some reason she's always on like my mother's case. When I was in Form 6, she was on my case, and therefore something happened around the time that I put that video. Like something really happened that aggravated me and caused me to put up that video, right? And if you didn't watch it, I will put it up here. Go see it, girl, because then this video might really make sense to you. So go see that video there. It gave me an opportunity doing that video, seeing what people were saying. A lot of people understood where I was coming from. There was one person in particular who said that he experienced that same thing when he was in secondary school with teachers teachers like this. So these people need to understand who they are and work on themselves. So I wanted to present like a follow-up, but in a different perspective, and shine a light on a situation that can be more serious than it seems like it is. For example, I watched a situation, I was upset. Now, as I said, if you remember, I said it was not the first time that these things have been going on. When I was in school about 3 to 4 years ago, it was still happening, and I was saying, well, why it's still happening, and saying, and it's because these issues, the reason it is still happening is not because you are the issue. Not because my mother is the issue. Not because I was the issue, because I was thinking when I left the school it would have died down. I am not the issue. My mother is not the issue. The real issue is her. I want you, myself, and also you, whoever is watching this video, to be more understanding to people like this. Right? It takes time to really understand why people are how they are. I am always the devil's advocate. Every time somebody says something about somebody, I'm like, okay, look at it like this. Maybe she has issues. Maybe she has problems. Maybe sociology. I am very much interested in studying human behavior. I want to be a music therapist. So I don't want to just say she is how she is because that's how she is. Because I even learned in sociology, criminals are how they are because of deeper issues rooted in maybe domestic issues, peer pressure, being bullied, people who are hurt. They hurt others as a way to help them be more satisfied with who they are. And I'm not picking up for them in any way because I don't think that it is right to do so. I always think that if it is you were hurt, if you were bullied, if you were abused, if you were what other issues, if you were any other issue, any other social phenomenon, if you were in that position and you were once a victim, you don't need to victimize somebody else. If that makes sense, does that make sense? You don't need to make that person a victim of what you went through. They always feel like if I was bullied, I need to rise above that and become a bully. You don't have to rise above that and become a bully. You could become an advocate against bullying, if you understand what I'm saying, right? No, I'm not saying that this is this teacher because I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist. I don't know her situation prior to teaching at the school, or I don't know her situation, and I cannot speak on her situation, but I could present facts as I see it. Right now I'm reading a book by Lisa Nichols. Let me get it. Alright, I recently started reading this book, Lisa Nichols, Abundance Now, Amplify Your Life and Achieve Prosperity Today. So I just started it. So if you know the story about Lisa, you know that she didn't always have an abundant life, and she speaks about abundance being your definition of it. So abundance can mean many different things to many different people. Abundance is just having a shelter over their head, food to eat, basic stuff that might be abundance. Abundance to somebody else might be having all the expensive jewelry and brand names, and abundance is relative to the person. And she went through a lot. Her life was not always abundant in her terms. She went through a life where she had a child, and she was always in a poverty-stricken household or poverty-stricken environment, and she ended up getting pregnant for someone. He ended up in jail, and she was already living in this poverty-stricken household, so she didn't know how she would get by. And she could have used that spirit and that hatred for being, in that kind of situation, whether it be in that situation because of your parents, or you blame God because you're in that situation. Because some people blame God and say, God is you who have me here, take me out of it. You understand? Some people blame Satan, some people blame a significant other. She could have blamed so many other persons for her poverty-stricken life or situation. And she is now a motivational speaker. This is her. She's an author. And this is just really inspiring. So it just goes to show that you can take a situation that you might have been experiencing and you use it to the best of your ability. I want to bring up this example, and this might be a very weird example to use. Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian, as we know, really got famous because of her. I mean, her dad was famous or whatever, but she herself really got famous after having a sex tape with Ray J. And I am seeing that Kim Kardashian used that sex tape to drive a career. And that's what you had to do. Your life doesn't have to be who your parents were, who you were when you were younger, who you were hurt by when you were younger, who used to compete with you when you were younger. Your life now should not be a definition, should not be defined by what happened before. And I always say your life is not what you went through. It is it is your reaction to what you went through. When I went through what I went through in that school with this teacher, I no longer wanted to do music. I didn't want to do music. So I was going to do Spanish, and right before I registered, I changed my mind and I said, you know what? I am not going to let this teacher stop me from doing something that I love, because I've been doing music since I was maybe 7, 8. I keep that in my mind. The 3 years I was in UWI, I remember in her in my mind. I remember in her. She called us low lives. That's our next situation. I was one of the low lives she was referring to. And you know what I did? I went through 3 years at UWI, and I graduated with a 3.89 grade point average GPA. And I used that hard time, I used that to be my success story.
You be the number one calling, yeah.
No.
Give her love until I'm on it.
Give her love until I'm on it.